Spring Break 2024.
Like Everly said, it's spring break 2024, and Eck family way of doing things is not to go to Miami and party, but we went on a history adventure. So we actually came to Normandy for the week. So we're currently in St. Mary-Glise, where the 82nd Airborne and 101st Airborne Divisions dropped. This was the first French town liberated during the Normandy invasions. We're here for a few days. We're gonna go around and see all the different sites, go to the beaches, Utah and Omaha, go to Carentan, basically follow the footsteps of Easy Company from Band of Brothers. It's pretty neat. So they have this church here right behind me. It's interesting is that all the paratroopers actually fell right here in the main square. This guy named John Steele got caught up on one of the steeples by his parachute. He got injured in the leg and then ended up having to play dead, but was later on captured by the Germans and then subsequently was freed and ended up fighting all the way through Holland, Germany, etc. So inside the church is really cool because they have taken some of the stained glass and redone it to include some of the airborne stuff up here. Like there's paratroopers in the stained glass, the 82nd Airborne Division and 101st Airborne Division symbols, patches are in the stained glass. It's really cool what they've done to just to remember this.
I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight light poles, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow, can't touch the bottom.
So this behind me is Hotel de Ville. So if I'm not mistaken, this was the German headquarters for this area. There's actually a really cool photo that I've seen. They've got all the German officers standing there on those steps. If I can find it, I'll insert it. But yeah, I saw it when I was here 2 years ago with my Army organization. We were here for the D-Day events, the celebrations in 2022. All right, we're done exploring St. Mary-Glise. Now we're gonna go see some other places.
Cameron is our official tour guide for this trip. He's got a full itinerary, and I'm just following along for the ride.
I've been here before.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. That's the Marines, but...
Huh.
There you go.
If you're in the Army, you know.
We're at La Fière Bridge, which was one of the objectives for the 82nd Airborne Division. And the reason it was significant was because it was one of the few causeways that would allow the tanks to come off the beach at Utah Beach and move inland. And so the 82nd Airborne Division set up defensive positions here at the bridge and basically held the bridge for 4 days while the Germans threw infantry attacks and tanks at them, threw down this causeway right here behind me. There's some really cool photos of a couple of tanks that were knocked out by 82nd Airborne Division soldiers or paratroopers. Very different look of the road today, but yeah, really neat to be here and kind of see how things happened. So one of the reasons why this bridge was so important was because the Germans flooded all these fields around the bridge. They actually dammed the river downstream, and they were able to flood all these fields over here, which meant that this causeway or this road was the only way to get tanks through, or really anybody. So that's why it was so important that the 82nd Airborne Division held this bridge. What do you think?
I don't know. It's pretty cool. You get to see where all the pictures were taken, so you can see it from that point of view and what it looked like, 80 years ago, almost.
We're at this church on the other side of the river now, so you can actually see over there is where we just were. That's where the 82nd Airborne was. And now we're on the other side where the Germans were. And there's this really cool church here that apparently there's a bullet that's still lodged in a piece of the fence over here. But yeah, there's some cool old photos from 1944 with the soldiers that were here and kind of the condition of the chapel. And it's kind of nuts to kind of be standing here looking at it. Yeah, so you can see on this fence where there were bullet holes, and the bullets like broke some of these rebar fence things. Some broken, but. And we did Landon found the bullet that's lodged in part of the fence over here.
Fascinating. Gotta take a picture of it.
And now we are headed to Utah Beach to check out the landing. So all of this, so the seizure of St. Mary-Glise and all these bridges were in support of the amphibious landings at Utah Beach to make sure that all those soldiers that were landing were able to get off the beach and move inland. So we made it to Utah Beach. We're gonna go check it out. We actually got here right about low tide when the Americans landed here on June 6th. They did it at low tide so that they were able to see all the German fortifications and all the obstacles that they had placed on the beach. That way the engineers could come on the beach and clear the obstacles, blow them up, whatever they're gonna do. So it's, holy crap. It is insane to see how far the soldiers had to go from their landing craft all the way up here to some type of, cover. It's nuts. So here on Utah Beach, the German fortifications were not as established as they were at Omaha Beach. So there were less deaths here. So there were 197 Americans that were killed on Utah Beach versus a couple of thousand at Omaha Beach. Fun facts.
You're so knowledgeable, honey. So smart.
I wouldn't say
knowledgeable. Such a turn on.
I've just read a little bit. Half these facts probably aren't even true.
Oh, they are. You know your stuff.
But anyways, we're gonna go explore now.
The boys should run up, try to run as fast as they can to see what it feels like from there to the berm.
We should make them get in the water.
That's a bad idea.
All right, boys are racing on Omaha Beach. So we've only made it halfway to the water, and we've stopped because it's too far.
It is. Well, we'd get our shoes wet, but even from this distance seems like a long ways to go. If you're being shot at, I can't even imagine. It's crazy.
Can't imagine what they went through.
No, me either. It's not, especially when we go to Omaha Beach. Woo!
So we found this cool German bunker on Utah Beach that we're gonna explore.
I'm up here. I'm up here. I'm up here. I made it. I made it. There's a huge.
So we found an entrance.
Can I use the flashlight?
No.
Can I use the flashlight? Can I hold it? God, it's super scary.
Found another one.
Sticking another one in my hand. I thought I lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all the way here. Until I found you.
This is how Amy's seeing most of the monuments here.
I'm recovering from surgery. Yeah. So you'll see most of this trip I'll be wearing sweatpants. Anyways, this is cool to see. If you've ever seen Band of Brothers.
Yeah, so this is Dick Winters. This is his monument. He was the Easy Company 506th 101st Airborne commander during D-Day. Well, actually took command during D-Day because the actual commander got killed during the jump. So we're gonna go visit a couple of spots that they went through since we have just recently seen Band of Brothers. So next stop is gonna be Brecourt Manor. So for anyone that has seen Band of Brothers, this is the field where Dick Winters and Easy Company on D-Day destroyed the 3 German 88mm artillery guns out here in this field. So actually the artillery were right out there in that tree line. So Dick Winters apparently came back at some point and actually drew out a hand sketch of everything that happened, which is here on this plaque, which is really neat. But yeah, but this is the field that it actually happened on, Brecourt Manor. Alright, we made it to the center of Carentan. So we actually followed part of the route that Easy Company followed. So like the one scene in Band of Brothers where they're attacking Carentan and they have the machine gun kind of right in front of them, and Lieutenant Winters trying to get his soldiers out of the ditches on the side of the road and get them moving. So like we followed that road down to the actual store now, where the German machine gun was at, which is kind of neat to see in real life. But now we're here in the center of Carentan. Where they ended up is actually these little arches right over here. The scene where the battalion commander is asking Lieutenant Winters if it's safe to cross the road, I think happened right here. It's kind of really neat to see where all of that happened. There's also this little square here is where the 101st Airborne Division had a big award ceremony in late June, and it was interrupted because the Germans found out about it and bombarded the area with artillery. And sadly, the only person that died in that artillery strike was a little girl that was there to hand out flowers to some of the regimental commanders. We're gonna wrap it up. We've seen St. Mary Glees, Utah Beach, some Easy Company 506 stuff, and now Carentan. So then we're gonna wrap it up tomorrow. We're gonna try and get out to Pointe du Hoc and Omaha Beach and the American Cemetery. I think that is it for tonight, so we're wrapping it up. Adios. All right, so this morning we made it to Pointe du Hoc. So Pointe du Hoc is significant because it was this area up on high ground where the Germans had built some fortifications for their artillery that could range both the Omaha Beach and Utah Beach. So the plan was to send one of the Ranger battalions to seize it early in the morning on June 6th. They had to scale these crazy cliffs. And anyways, ultimately they were successful, but it took a while. It was really incredible to see all of the massive craters from the aerial and naval bombardment, like how Germans survived this place. It's nuts how big these craters are. Like 15, 20 feet deep, some of them. And it's really amazing the view that they have, that the Germans had from here. So this is Utah Beach is over there. And then Omaha Beach is that way. See the artillery up here kind of had a commanding view of both of the beaches and could rain artillery fire down on both of them. So this is the one bunker that I think you can go in still.
Look at these holes right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have one right there. Oh yeah.
That's called a failed attempt at shooting people.
Wow.
Crazy.
Don't go down. Do you want me to be your surgeon or not?
I just realized
If you want me to
like how small this was.
Yeah, it's just big enough for a rifle.
Yeah. Nothing big. So if you're walking down, we can kiss your ankles goodbye.
I will tell you, it is a lot more spacious in here than I thought it would be.
And I will tell you, Maybe that right there.
My head is through this thing.
So we just read that of the 225 rangers that landed at Pointe du Hoc after 2 days of battling here, only 90 were still able to continue fighting. So that's public math. I don't know how many, 135 casualties, which is insane. So that's like 60% casualties here on Pointe du Hoc. That's nuts to think about. We are done with Pointe du Hoc, and now we're gonna head over to Omaha Beach. Yes, we just stopped at this museum on the side of the road because I'd seen this on a video before. So this is one of the like armored machine gun nests that the Germans had on Omaha Beach. And you can see how it's peppered with either tank or artillery fire from the naval ships or something. I can't imagine being inside this thing when you're getting hit by it.
We just got to Omaha Beach and it's in between low tide and high tide. I wanted to kind of experience it just how it was when the American forces landed, but we didn't time it right. But it's just crazy to stand on this beach and think, this is where the Germans were, right behind here. And this is, I mean, they were just, I can't imagine how scared they were coming off of that water and they had to go and run up there. It's wild, it's crazy.
So now we are headed up to one of the bunkers just above Omaha Beach. It's really neat. From here, you can really see the perspective of the German forces and the commanding views that they had of the entire beach. It's just terrifying to see. Yeah, so this is the front of it. From this bunker at the top of Omaha Beach, it's nuts, the commanding view they have of Omaha Beach. So they had an artillery piece inside this bunker. You could fire anywhere down Omaha Beach.
Why am I always my own enemy? Stronger is something I wanna be. Hope keeps on breaking on the kitchen floor. I want more than this. I'm not good at being nice to me. Always something else I wanna be. Every time it's different than before. I get torn from it. Ooh, I got knocked down again. Ooh, but I get back.
We are at the American Cemetery, and it's way more expensive than I thought. Like, I don't know how many thousands of people are buried here, but as a mom, I was thinking as I was walking through here, I have 2 teenage boys and one who's almost turning 18. Oh dear. Because, you know, you look at the names on each of the headstones and you think, oh my gosh, one of them had a mom. And they were young and how scared they must have been. It's just something to think about. They were all sons and had mothers and siblings and parents, and it's really sad. When you see it in this magnitude of how many died, it's overwhelming.
Together. Ooh, I got knocked down again. Ooh.
All right, so that's it for Normandy. No, yeah, so today we saw Pointe du Hoc, Omaha Beach, and the cemetery. So now we're actually going to take off and drive down to a place called Mont Saint-Michel, which is like this island fortress thing with a abbey on the top of it. When I show you a picture of it, you'll know what it is. It's like one of those Instagram type places. But anyways, we're going to head out there now.
the shuttle bus seat. Getting off the bus. You okay? We made it to Mont Saint Michel and it is super cute. It's kind of incredible how they built this thing. But look how charming this is. So cute. It's
The
like,
goofy castle.
pinch me. I'm in France. It's adorable.
That wraps it up for Mont Saint Michel. What'd you think?
I don't know. The church probably is cool.
It probably is.
Ow!
Great place to explore.
The little
The
kids
wind
back
is a little
there.
better.
There's nothing you can do to fix them.
All right, time to get in the car and go back to the Airbnb. We're headed back to Wiesbaden tomorrow. And this is the end of our spring break 2024. This is what traveling with kids is really like. Real quick, wanted to show the Airbnb that we stayed at in St. Mary Glees. It's on a super cute little street here. And this is our Airbnb. Damie. Literally right around the corner from St. Mary Glees where we were on the first day. So here we go. I'll show you real fast. Again, very nice little living room. Kitchen. Very, very nice. Super awesome backyard that the girls really enjoyed playing around in. Nice and enclosed. The one bathroom, which we ran out of toilet paper. So the Airbnb host had to give us some more. A bathroom. Then there's also 3 bedrooms. The boys stayed in here. Amy and I stayed in this one. And the girls stayed in this one. So anyway, so that's it. That is the Airbnb. It's really, really nice. Amy was actually impressed. I picked this one out all by myself, so